Hello, my name is Edna Lugo. I'm a Mexican artist and I live here in San Antonio, Texas, and this is Una Plática. Okay, what inspired to me, because I am a constant boredom stage, to say something like that, I always looking for something with a lot of colors and shapes that I like, or something that provoke a feeling inside of my heart. So that's why I constantly move from one art to another, and I love it, all of them. So boredom could be my main motor to create art. Well, even though I was not born here, but now I'm a USA citizen and Mexican, I would say that part of me is also Chicana, and I'm really proud to see that here, even out of Mexico, the people continue embracing the culture. And for me, it's something to be proud, and I embrace the culture here. I feel like I'm home. Yes. Centro Cultural Aztlán, as many others, but mainly here, is very important in the community because for people who come to the States, it's a big opportunity to show different perspective of the art because, you know, also the culture is different. In Mexico, it's like having different Mexicos. The traditions are not the same, and when you come here and you can see it's like a piece of home in another country. So for me, being in Aztlán has been like being at home. It's like a family for me, and I'm really happy to contribute as much as I can in places like that. It's a big opportunity, and it's like big stream for me and for many artists to show and to increase the interest in culture. One of my favorite parts of San Antonio, I like the murals. I like to see a lot of painters and also the sculptures. And I like the festival, like Day of the Dead in the Hemisphere Park. And the mariachi, I love the way that a lot of high schools improve and promote the Mexican music. This is so important. And as I mentioned, it's a little piece of Mexico in the United States. Well, one of my dreams will be to be a teacher. Even though I don't have any professional education, I'm self-taught artist. I would like to share with people who likes to come with me as an apprentice or to be a regular teacher, to share part of this legacy that comes from me, because one of my mentors, I noticed in my life, every 10 years I have a mentor with Julio Avila. He was one of my first stained glass teachers. And then in 2021, I think, I met Artafoya. He's a great silversmith based in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So all this legacy that already are passing through me, I would like to share with some young people or people my age or older who wants to know, because also when you create, it's also a therapy. Well, if I will give some credit as a hero in my life, definitely will be my husband. Because without all his support, I will not be here where I am now. Because let me tell you something, when I started this career, at the beginning I was a public accountant back in Mexico. But then when my second kid was born, he said, you know what, stay at home. Maybe you're gonna have a hard time because it's only one income. But they need you, and that's true. So I think when I stop working in a good pay job is when everything starts, because as I told you before, my brain gets bored so fast. So all of a sudden I found myself only like being a manager of the cleaning area, and was not enough for me. And from that is when I had a chance to start with the stained glass. and do some other handcrafts. But I think definitely my husband is my hero because he always supports me in all these crazy ideas that I have. Because sometimes I say, oh, I have a project. And he just say, how much is going to cost? And it's kind of hilarious because it's true. But I found in this point of my life where I want to share the few things that I know with other people to make a legacy. When I was little, the time changed. And I'm back on my days. The first thing when you want to choose a career is you need to study something that provides money, but eventually you see that you are not happy on that. As I told you before, I was an accountant, and then you see you just working the same thing all over again. But if I would have the chance to be an artist since I was a little, maybe 18 years or less, I will be definitely in a different position now. But if you don't follow your dreams, you're not going to succeed. I used to have all the time headache when I was working as an accountant, but since I stopped working on that, I feel more happy. So if you can make a living just putting the time, your energy, and all your heart into your art, you're going to be a successful artist. Well, part of the story behind my art, I'm a big fan of Day of the Dead, as you're going to see in my art. Everything started with a dream. Like 10 years ago, one of my beloved aunts was very sick of cancer. And I remember back on those days that I was crying every single day because she was like a mom for me. But one night I had a dream, and my dream was kind of scary because I saw a skeleton. And in the skeleton, I tried to hit the skeleton, but in some point of the dream, she stopped me and she said, you need to stop crying because she's leaving. It's her time. And the moment I come back and come for you, you can do anything to defend yourself. So you need to accept. And even though my dream was scary, I feel a lot of peace. I stopped crying and I embrace my reality. One day is going to be our day. So after that, every time I see these pieces, give me a lot of peace. The first piece I'm going to explain you about is La Catrina Garbancera. La Catrina Garbancera was it's a print that was made by José Guadalupe Posada. He was a Mexican printer in Mexico back in 1852 when he was born. And he represents the Mexican people, especially low-class people who try to, or pretend to dress as a French girls. And he was trying to make like a joke about them because they deny their indigenous origin. So you say, I'm denying my indigenous part, but I want to be like an European girl. So that's why he called them, even though you are a vendor in the farmer's market, you pretend to be a up class level. But at the end, the moment you die, everybody is only bones. That's part of the origin of La Catrina Garbancera. This is for the first piece. The second piece that I work is a stained glass. The stained glass is also reflecting the La Catrina Garbancera as the main piece in the center, but it's surrounded by candles that bread, also incense or copal. It also have a cross that represents the Catholic faith. In the altares, it's also represented by salt, and has also the butterflies. The butterflies represent the souls of people who passed.